Yo, what is going on, everybody? Carnage back here again, and today I am back with a figure I've been super excited about since I first saw it getting announced a few months ago. This is the one, the only, the third character in this specific action figure line. The Maximum series Deadpool. Been so excited about this, and this is my first Maximum figure. And I gotta say, so far the box art killing it. He is already out because I just couldn't leave him in there. But the box is so cool looking, like pretty basic on the inside, nothing too exciting there. Uh, that on the bottom, I did not pay that. I used my in-store credit for this, so basically got it for free. I really like this side art. Like the side art, definitely my personal favorite thing about this. And also something I did kind of notice on the box. Like if you look at Dupe right there, he doesn't have the X on, and I thought it was just a mistake for that. But I mean, even right there, which as we can see, he has a black X like right there. So I don't know if they did that before they fully finished him and just didn't fully acknowledge it, but whatever. And I mean, the back of the box too looks amazing. Love that. So cool. Nothing super crazy here other than, seeing Deadpool, busting out the window. Pretty cool. But yeah, enough about the box, so let's just, get right into it with my special little baby boy, Deadpool. Now, I did kind of have to just, show how good he looks, just like in any pose. Like, I mean, this is a pretty basic pose that anyone can really get him into, but I mean, he just looks so good, man. Like, legitimately so awesome. And yeah, like I mean, he comes with so many accessories. Like he comes with these two pistols right here, which are basically just a reuse of pistols that have come out. This knife, which I'm 99% sure is just a reuse, might be mistaken though. The swords, which I believe are just a redo of the ones that came with the Sasquatch Wave one. Which, from what it looks like, yes, only difference is these have just pure gray compared to this, which have black. But I mean, dude, this figure is so awesome. And I mean, you know, like looks great too. Like and like this doesn't really have a whole lot to do with anything. Just kind of really had to show that. Now, other than those two pistols, he does come with this AR-15, which looks amazing. Which I think that's the first time we've had that specific type of firearm with him. But he also does come with what I'm assuming is like a more futuristic alien blaster, which looks pretty decent. You could definitely pose this with a cable. This looks like a cable gun, in my opinion. And then I don't know what this is called, but this looks really awesome. And from what it looks like, uh, oh, I might be mistaken, but even really good detail on like this specific firearm. I don't know what this is called, but I mean you can even see the ammo just already loaded in. Looks cool. Really do like this quite a bit. And like a blackwash would make this pop along with this, and I'll get a better close up of the AR-15, which this looks perfect in my opinion. I really do like how this one looks quite a bit. And then little closer look at the sword, which as you can tell, paint's already kind of rubbed off on that, which does kind of suck, just because for the price this figure is, could have basically sculpted that in black and then just painted this silver, but whatever. It's fine. It's just mild uh, grievance I have with this guy so far. But other than all of those weapons, he comes with three, and I repeat, three of these little, and I keep dropping them, like blast effects, which one of them is not where I thought it was, but I will find that later because it's not a huge deal. The next thing I have up, which I personally am a big fan of, his Boom Boom Stick, aka Dynamite, which really cool. I really do like this specific dynamite effect. Really awesome. Uh, and something that they should really add with all Deadpool figures is the chimichanga. And I mean, Don't know if you guys can see that, but it even has like a little tiny Deadpool printed on it, which I love that so much. Irgoro Takeria? Takira? I might be saying that wrong, but you know, really small detail that no one would really notice on something like that. So props to Hasbro for, you know, doing it. Oh, and I did find that last one. This one's the bigger out of the three. And he came with not one, not two, not three, but 4 sets of hands, which every Deadpool should come with multiple hands, in my opinion. He comes with 2-fisted. He comes with 2 trigger hands, which one of them's currently on him at the moment. But these are pretty good. Mine does still have a little extra plastic on his pointer finger, but, you know, whatever. 2 of these katana holding hands, which, again, very cool looking. And, you know, you could also, you know, substitute the, you know, katana for the dynamite. That does kind of take a little bit of, force to kind of put in there, but it does fit. He also does come with 2 of these really cool finger gun arms, which I really do like that. Really like these quite a bit. And he did come with 2 miscellaneous hands, which were a thumbs up and a peace sign, and he came in the box with the peace sign. I don't remember what the other one was. And then the final accessory, which I think is kind of the coolest one, that Deadpool came with. You know, the half unmasked look, which looks amazing, by the way. Really, really love how that turned out. So much little detail. Like, I mean, you can see all, like, the sculpted stuff. I mean, granted, you do need to... Could have put, like, a pink highlighter on it, just so it pops a bit more, but, you know, just a mild grievance, in my opinion. And then the final thing he came with, which is basically its own figure in itself, is Dupe. Or Goop. Pretty sure it's Dupe, though. Yeah, pretty basic. He didn't come with really anything other than, this clear stand that gets shoved up into his little, socket right there. But, I mean, they gave Dupe articulation. Not much. Basically, his arms can do full 360. And, like, they just go out. Not too much. And I do like that they, gave us a Dupe figure. Very reminiscent of the original Deadpool by Toy Biz that came out, like, 2000, like, early 2000s, at least, like, and it's so cool that they finally gave us a brand new one for that. Now, going on to just the figure himself, like, I mean, he looks amazing. Like, I love all the little details just spread out throughout it, and I thought this was, like, the reuse of the Sasquatch wave head, but it isn't. This one's actually a bit different. And I will say, I do love how this head looks. One of my favorite heads that they've used on a Deadpool figure. And, like, I mean, just the costume looks good. All the wrinkles in the suit look amazing. The back is good. I should mention that this does not remove out of his back. This is glued in. It's not like, the one that came on the Juggernaut wave where you can remove it just by going like, that. This one on the new figure is just permanently stuck in the back, which does kind of suck. But, pretty sure you can, remove it if you heat it up enough. Neck looks good. Torso. Belt. You see, I thought they might have reused this, which I'm still kind of thinking that, but, they might have retooled it a little bit, like taken off the grenades, but I mean, but I could be wrong. The more I look at it, the more it does look like it's a brand new belt, just because, looks like the Juggernaut Wave one quite a bit, other than, the fact that the swords don't go down here. Holster, pretty sure is just a reuse from this one, just with, more detail and a different color. Little knife holster, which, again, pretty sure, yeah, it looks like this one. This one just looks a little more updated. The Deadpool butt, which, I mean, even, like, the figure itself looks like it's made of, like, fabric, too, which is really awesome. Boots look amazing. Granted, I feel like a black wash over all this would make it pretty good. And you can even see like tiny cuts throughout his like armbands and stuff, which really cool. I really do like that quite a bit. Very small amounts of detail put in that, no one would really notice. And something else that I've noticed that I haven't seen on any other Marvel Legend Deadpool is they gave him a fly, which is pretty funny. I really do like that quite a bit. Now, let's get into some articulation. Now, I will say, this figure does get into some pretty awesome poses. Little inhibited with some stuff, but basically just starting off with the basics. Head looks up pretty decent, really decent amount of range. Looks down pretty far, and that's also with the neck movement, which the neck does move. It's not on my personal favorite kind of, neck movement thing, just because, I've never been a huge fan of, like, the neck movement stuff, but, head tilts a lot on either side, which pretty cool. He does have butterfly joints, which very well hidden, I may add. Like, looks amazing. And something I did forget to mention is these are actually sculpted on. Don't know what they are, but they're like metal pins that are like on his outfit. But I mean, butterfly joints. His arms go out to about a right angle. And I should mention, this is a little tight, so be wary of that. That's just, my first impressions when I pulled it out. Upper arm does full 360, double jointed elbows, and then, just normal hand movement, which can't really improve on hand movement too much. He does have, like, the upper ab swirl, which, basically makes him like pudding. And something I did see on a YouTube review is someone basically removed this top half from this bottom half, trying to recreate that one scene from Juggernaut or Deadpool 2, which very awesome. I believe he does have a waist swivel. I might be wrong actually, which kind of sucks just because maximum figure. No, but it looks like he does have an ab crunch, which can't fully use just because of the fact that belt is covering it. So if you move the belt up a little bit, you can use it a bit more. But belt does get in the way, and probably the handgun too. But he kicks out that far, which is awesome. Kicks back, well, pretty decently. Double jointed knees, which, oh gosh, I love these double jointed knees, man. They look so good. And with the no pins stuff they're doing, like peak figure, and then just the normal ankle pivot. But you know what? His toes, they wiggle, man. Really awesome. Let me just say, oh gosh, like, this guy is definitely going to be in the top 2 Marvel Legends of this year for me, just from the small amount of time I've had him. Like, he's so amazing, man. Like, he looks, feels great. Love him a lot. Like, I mean, I will admit, for the price point of like $50 to $65, it's a bit pricey, but I will say this, I do feel like he is worth it, just because, I mean, all the accessories he came with, the dupe, man, and something I haven't even thought about doing yet is putting on his alternate head. So let's experience that together. And, like, I mean, bit of a tight push on, and it didn't make a popping sound, but like, even that alternate head looks amazing, dude. So good. And something I was kind of curious about was this. Here's the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool head, the more classic looking one. And yeah, can't really fit that on. That's about as far as it goes. I mean, if you kind of Dremel out the head a little bit, it should work. Which, kind of sucks that it won't fit or, work on it, which, really sucks just because, I feel like if this guy came with like a fully unmasked head, like this one, like, that's already the best Deadpool we've ever had. Now, let me go get some figures for some comparisons. Now, the first figure I wanted to see him next to, just because, since I have a lot of Deadpools, yeah, wanted to see how he'll look with, a Deadpool variant. So here he is next to the Lady Deadpool, which I feel like we need an update of her at some point. This one's pretty good, but, with all the new stuff that they've added, think about it. Lady Deadpool, double joints, waist swivel, pinless joints, toe joints. My gosh, that would be an amazing figure. And mine does kind of have a bit of a warped leg, but, still pretty good. And the reds do kind of work together, I think. Like, Lady Deadpool, a little bright, but, still not a bad figure. And next one up is, personally, the Deadpool I really loved the most for the longest time, and who has been part of my display for quite a long time, because I usually add him with it 90% of the time. But Sasquatch Wave Deadpool, and he's holding the, comic that came with the Banshee figure, which I know a lot of people don't like those comic figures, but, they kind of grew on me. And this is still one of the best Deadpools, too. If you can't afford him, this guy might be dropping in price a little bit, so if you want to get at least a decent Deadpool, I do recommend this one, and I know they do have an exclusive one that came with more weapons, and he's kind of more shiny. But, this one, still a solid figure. And for the last Deadpool comparison, here he is next to the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool. And something I didn't even realize was this one's just a little bit taller. Not by much. Like, I mean, they're both pushed up against the wall. But yeah, if you put them, like, back to back, like right here, the Juggernaut Wave one is just a tiny bit taller, which I didn't even know that. And, I mean, whoops. And they are based on the exact same costume, but this one just looks so much better, man. Like, nothing against this one. This one's still an amazing figure, too. And I actually made a whole video just dedicated to him when I found him. But, this one's definitely the superior one. And a couple other figures that we definitely have to see him by because, he's been, friends with these people for years. The first one I'm going to show is for a team he was on, and that is the Thunderbolts. Here he is next to Red Hulk. And, he looks great next to Red Hulk. And, one of my other favorite members from this team is the Punisher. So here he is next to the 2-pack Punisher. And let me just say, like, this already looks like a great team, man. Like, I mean, granted, the oldest one in this group now is Red Hulk. But, I mean, still amazing, and I repeat, amazing looking figures. Here he is next to the last review that should be up on my channel, the Gamerverse Wolverine, which, I mean, if I stand him up for you guys, like, height-wise, like, I mean, the Deadpool, or not Deadpool, Wolverine is a bit taller than I'd like him to be. Like, I'd like him to be a little shorter, but, they still look very good next to each other. And just because, these three have been on a team more than once together, here he is next to the new Cap that came with the Venom, also from the Gamerverse line, which, again, looks amazing next to them. And then the last comparison that I'm going to do is for a series that is kind of near and dear to my heart, and one of my personal favorites. Here he is next to Spider-Man, and oh my gosh. Like, now you can recreate those, scenes in Deadpool and Wolverine, or Deadpool and Spider-Man, I mean, my apologies. So good. Like, amazing figure. I do recommend getting it if you do not have a Deadpool, and even if you have a Deadpool in your collection and, want something more, like this one right here, definitely a phenomenal pickup. Like, great articulation, fantastic sculpt on everything. I have only, like, one negative thing about this, and that's mostly just, the katanas, like, don't really hold the paint too well. And, wish they would have given him, like, a fully unmasked head. But, I mean, we get dupe, we get 4 sets of hands, alternate head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 firearms, one knife, two swords, stick of boom boom juice, and the best thing ever, an enchilada, man. Like, or chimichanga, I mean. Like, such a great figure. Like, again, bit expensive, but I mean, I do recommend picking this guy up because, fully honest, I am very tempted to get a second one just to keep it in the box. And I do mean that just because this guy looked amazing in the box. But, I mean, he's such an amazing figure, man. I am in love with it. But yeah, that's basically everything I have to say with this. And I think this is the longest single figure review I've ever done. So I do apologize for all the rambling and, miscellaneous stuff that I've done throughout this video. But, I mean, he's just so good, man. I can't recommend this guy any more than I already can. So before I, start getting distracted again, thank you guys for watching. Greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at uncle_carnage to see, more stuff. Also, as of today, which is October 21st, 2025, I hit 559 subscribers as of the last time I looked at my channel before, making this video. Thank you guys again for all of that. Greatly appreciated. Love you all. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.